Libra 14, a noon siesta. It's all about taking time off. A lot of people work too hard. They think that they need to do that, and some people actually do need to do that. And they get exhausted spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and physically as well. And it's not okay. It really isn't. You shouldn't work too hard. There must be found a balance. This is a Libra mystery. It's all to do with balance. Now, if you spend your life working towards goals all the time and you don't take holidays, you don't take decent weekends off, you don't relax, eventually you become stale. What happens when we have this siesta is we're refreshed, we recuperate. And this touches us on all the levels. Emotionally, we feel okay, we feel happier when we have some balance and relaxation. Physically, of course, we can't keep on working physically. Intellectually, too, if we take time off, then the mind is moved towards something else, something which is reshaping it. It might be that we've been focusing on something with our concentration at work, and we just need to space out in front of a movie or play music, or just so that the mind has a chance to open up again from its concentrated state to a more receptive state. Now, in that receptive state is planted by the higher forces within us inspiration, ideas, and realizations too, perspectives. We can actually see the results of what we have been working on, and we can see it from a greater distance. So taking time off is not just resting and relaxing, it's also assimilating from a higher perspective. We can look at what we've been doing and understanding it differently. The assimilation process is it's just like breathing in. We cannot breathe out all of the time, of course. I think we all know that stress is okay only in small doses. And we can take on immeasurable amounts of stress for a limited period, but if it continues indefinitely, then it starts to affect us on a physical level. And we need to think about that. What is stress? It's mental, isn't it? It's emotional and mental. It's a sense of anticipating that something is going to go badly, that we can't actually relax and do what we feel like doing. We have to do something different to what we want to do, or something bad will happen. Stress arises from that set of circumstances. So stress really clearly takes us out of the here and now. And any spiritual teaching of the modern era will really underline this truth that here and now is the only reality. The past is gone, the future hasn't been created yet. What we have is here and now, and you might expect implications of what has taken place and comes through this moment will create a certain kind of future, and that's true. But to worry about that future and to create stress within you it's just silly. If you can't do anything about it, you can't. If you can, then you need to focus on doing something about it. The idea of actually stressing over something repeatedly is just very silly. If there's a problem, deal with it. If you can't deal with it, accept it. Stress won't help in either case. And yet, most of us are caught up in stress to some extent. In fact, all of us really, in the West. I doubt if this is true in the South Pacific Islands or in the jungles of Borneo. I don't think they have stress. You don't feel stress when an animal wants to eat you. That's not the feeling. You can feel fear, adrenaline, and then you do something. You run or you fight. Stress is where you have this adrenaline, but it's not engaged physically with anything. So if you have a stressful life, you really do need to work out this adrenaline in a physical way. That's what it's designed for. Fear is quite an important part of our makeup. The fear of something real, something that will physically damage us. That fear is a survival tool. And it generates the ability that we have through adrenaline to do more than we normally would. Now, if you do more than you can afford for a very long time, you'll pay a price. So if you are in stress repeatedly, there is something wrong with your life. Now, the noon siesta is one way to begin dealing with that, just to relax and take time out to think differently, just assimilate what has happened, understand it, and then make a choice. Can you change it or can't you? Run or fight? That's what this is all about. The noon siesta image suggests that running is not a bad idea sometimes, in a way. The other alternative is just to regroup.